Here we are, Season 3, Episode 12 of Hannibal, second to last episode. I have been a little bit worried because I'm not loving this Red Dragon storyline. I think I maybe have a clue now for where they're going to wrap this up, but honestly, with this show, who knows? I am just ready to watch this. Let's just dive in. This isn't like a therapy appointment with Du Maurier, right? But then why is he talking to her, like, just for fun? Is Du Maurier suggesting, and I'm not saying she's wrong, but that Hannibal kind of left Will alone for 3 years, kind of either hoping or with the intention that he would, like, get a wife and a kid just so that Hannibal could pull them away? Like how Hannibal feels like Will is his family and his family has been pulled away? Like, is that what we're suggesting? Again, I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm a little concerned that there's a part of Du Maurier that wants to be eaten. Bluebeard's wife. That's good. He asked her if Hannibal is in love with him. You don't see other shows treating ships like this. Because even if you could argue that they're a couple in some way, there's also ways that they're not a couple. So, and yet, this show is like, the show itself ships them together. I'm getting a little bit lost in this metaphor between Jack and Hannibal. They're just going deeper into this religious metaphor conversation, and I'm still a little bit lost. Will is hallucinating again. This is the danger zone. Okay, so they're trying to set up where they want to have the dragon guy come after Will. And then I presume capture the dragon guy. Okay, but even though, yes, he is interested in Will, he doesn't kill individual men. He kills families. So you'd have to get him off of that first. I think this is the one time I've ever been happy to see Chilton. I know it's weird, but this scene with Will and Chilton is reminding me of that Key and Peele sketch of, like, Obama's anger translator. Wait, there's also a printed edition of Tattle Crime? I think Freddy's moving up in the world. First of all, he is really quick. And secondly, did they not think that it was possible that he would go after Chilton? Like, did they, obviously, I mean, he has security with him, but they were not prepared. Is that a pad over his eyes? It looks like a light day pad. Why is he wearing a robe? Have we ever seen him wear a robe before? Okay, so Chilton says his back hurts, but we haven't seen his back yet. So, did he tattoo him? Did he bite him? Did he skin his back? I think it could equally be any of those three. He glued him to the chair. That is gross. You know, before we find out what happens to Chilton, this guy, he should have died twice already. So he is on borrowed time, as it is. Does he get out of this one? I'm gonna say no. Reba, what the fuck? I was so proud of you last time, saying goodbye to him. What are you doing there? Letting down women. I mean, I don't know what has maybe happened before this. I don't want to put this on you. This is not your fault. Girl, you need to go home. Now. You're not supposed to bring an ex soup. Honestly, where are Reba's girlfriends? They should have told her this. This is like number one on the list of things that people need to be reminded of when they break up with someone that honestly, they were only dating for like what? A week? Maybe that's why her friends didn't know. Maybe this is not Reba's fault. This is not Reba's fault. But seriously, get out of there. Reba, you did mention that your taxi is waiting. This is going to be a pretty big bill. Here's the thing, and this is a life lesson for Reba and honestly for anyone. It does not matter why he says no. It does not matter if there are, oh, but there are these circumstances, or oh, but there is this life experience, or I don't care. It does not matter. The fact is that he said no. He said, I don't want to. Doesn't matter why. Doesn't matter if there's reason to be sympathetic. He said no. So you take yourself and you move on with your life. Also, I realize she's probably a little bit emotionally distressed right now, but shouldn't she smell the glue? Now, I'm not saying that she would know that the glue is attaching a man to a chair, but she should smell the glue, right? Is Chilton making it out of this alive again? And also, is he gonna leave with the chair or without the chair? So I'm wondering what he had him record, but I'm also wondering how he intends to use that. Okay, so unless he is gonna kill him, but then like recorded him saying whatever he wanted him to say, so like he would still have the record of him saying it even though he's dead. I mean, you can't say he doesn't think things through, but I'm sure you can. That is so fucking gross. It's been a while since they've been that gross. I guess they figured, hey, we're getting near to the end here. We gotta up that game a little. They did. My guess is the tongue. My guess is that he mailed him the tongue. Were those lips? Was it lips instead of tongue? That could have been your lip I was tasting again. This is why, despite every single thing, people like Hannibal. Okay, but it really seems like he's going to Du Maurier like as his therapist. Although, I guess you could say that after Hannibal, where else was he gonna go? But it's not like it worked out so well with Hannibal. Okay, this is interesting. So Du Maurier just brought up the fact that when Will and Chilton took that picture together, Will put his arm on Chilton's shoulder. And I noticed that too. And I didn't know what it meant, if it meant anything, but it was noticeable. She obviously noticed it too. So tell me, Will, what was that about? Well, this is concerning. Because it did emphasize Chilton. When generally, even though Chilton was quoted, Will is more of the face of this whole thing. And yet he put attention on Chilton. And Will. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Because this, there are things that people cannot come back from. And I guess Hannibal is one of those things. The fact that Chilton is still alive, it's starting to make me angry. I'm impressed, but angered. Because, okay, so he had the lips and then was burned. And he's still alive? Again? Shouldn't he be in some sort of medically induced coma? What? When did Reba get kidnapped? Does she even know who took her? Reba, he did not kidnap you out of affection. He kidnapped you because he's a psychopath, and I'm gonna need you to catch on pretty quick. Okay, so as silly as she is being, I feel bad for her because the story she is about to hear, she was obviously not prepared for. Seriously, that is where the episode ends? Okay, so he's just revealed to her that he's the dragon. And who knows? They have one episode left. Don't ask me how they do it. Is Will just gonna I think the dragon guy is gonna die. I think it's gonna be in an unexpected way. I don't think Will's gonna kill him. I don't think a SWAT team is gonna kill him. But my real question is what happens to Will? Okay, so that means what are my predictions for how this ends for Will Graham? Does he kill himself? Does Hannibal somehow kill him? Maybe that's my guess. I think, okay, here's my guess. Wait for it to be wrong. I think that somehow Hannibal, who is still going to be in custody, will somehow physically himself kill Will. That's my guess. That is my official guess. I am ready to be wrong. I can't even put a likelihood on how likely it is or not to happen. So I am gonna, however, that is my official guess. So last episode, here we go.